Miyamoto Musashi. He was the most skilled warrior in Japan throughout his best years, with a record of more than 60 undefeated duels. In scriptures, it is said that he didn't fight like a samurai, but a demon with his two-sword style he invented, which made his opponents extremely difficult to predict his next move. But what made Musashi the greatest warrior of all time was kept as a secret, which he later passed down in his greatest work, the Book of Fire Rings. The principle that made him the greatest even in his journey as a lone warrior was the philosophy of flow, and we are going to unravel it. These are the 4 stages we should undergo to unlock flow on command. According to the father of flow psychology, flow is this altered state of consciousness where every action, every decision we make seems to flow effortlessly, perfectly, seamlessly from the last. A state of effortless effort. And we can unlock this on our command by going through these 4 stages. In this stage, we are overloading the brain with information. In the Book of Fire Rings, the water scroll is filled with all these basics, minute striking and positioning techniques one should master in details in the beginning. For a student, it is the learning stage where we have to gather all the relevant knowledge. For a creative writer, to read all the relevant stuffs related to that topic. For a baseball player, learning to swing bat at a ball. It is a stage where we have to do the hustle to stuff all this knowledge in our conscious mind. So even though the experience of flow will be the most wonderful experience, it starts with the struggle stage. In our previous videos, we have talked about the active imagination techniques used by Tesla and other great minds, and also in the great books like Psycho-Cybernetics. What they basically did was, after fetching the necessary informations in the conscious mind, they completely stopped thinking about the task and let the unconscious solve it for you. We can basically take our mind off the problem. We can go for long walks, gardening works very well, workout, and my favorite thing is going for a cycling or a long run. Albert Einstein used to row a boat into the middle of Lake Geneva and he just stared at the clouds. But don't scroll in the social media or watch television. It actually reversed the flow in this stage. Then slowly in this release stage, neurobiologically, there is a global release of nitric oxide, which is a gas signaling molecule found everywhere in the body, which flushes all the stress hormones out of our system and replaces them with all these feel-good performance enhancing neurochemicals such as dopamine, serotonin and endorphins, which push us into this beautiful experience that we have been waiting. It is the optimal state of consciousness. Philosophers like Goethe and Nietzsche call this as Rausch. You will be just focusing on the task. Everything else just seems to disappear. Time is gonna dilate. 5 hours go by like 5 minutes, and our intuition is gonna heighten, and it helps us to unlock our peak performance that we could never even imagine in our dreams. Nietzsche recognized in humans a desire for dominance and mastery, a will to power. This drive could be destructive and crude, but it can also be subtle and beautiful. When it is fueled by passion and purpose, the will to power could be transformed into a will to create or a will to find the truth, and Nietzsche called it as the sublimation of the will to power into creative activity. This is also the part of flow cycle that we must understand to master flow. After experiencing flow, we are gonna feel all drained and low. This is mainly because all these feel-good neurochemicals have drained out of our system, and now it takes certain vitamins, minerals and sunlight and other ingredients like this to rebuild them. So this recovery stage is also going to be very unpleasant. But to hack the flow state, we have to recover the right way. I have started researching more about the flow, and in coming videos we will be talking about the various factors and golden principles of flow we must understand. Also comment below what all you know about the flow, and let's do this together and unlock our full potential.